the inside, and the stud boy hole shot goes to Lincoln Lemieux, but Logan Christian will ramp around on the outside. Lemieux will have the lead as they come off the corner and head for the Amsoil finish line.
Logie dug hard, tried to catch him, but was unable to do so. Lemieux just, again, a rocket. Now, we want to remind people, Lemieux was out in front in round 2 at ERX, ended up with a black flag being disqualified because the side panel of his snowmobile came off the side the clutch is on. Talked to the team early today. They said, I can guarantee that's not going to happen again.
Well, the driver who has bolted out in front now is Oscar Norm on the number 40 as Norm takes the lead from Lemieux. And then you've got one of the Warner Racing sleds. That's Pelletier fighting it out for third with Kyle Pauline. This is your lead battle now, working out of the Arctic Cat Rhythm section, headed for that Skidoo triple.
Oscar Norm ended up on the podium in round 2. He took a third place, qualified 7th. Here, Oscar Norm is out front right now, qualified a little bit further back in the field, 9th, but's got a great run going here. And look at Lincoln. Lincoln on his Skidoo, just all over the back of that number 40, that Monster Energy, hence his Polaris, trying to make up some ground. And look at the battle further back. That is Logan Christian, Francis Pelletier, and Kyle Pauline getting in the mix.
Oh, and there goes a rider off the sled. That may have been Logan Christian.
Yep, Logan Christian off the sled, trying to gather up his tether and get refired back underway. A tough break. Logan was running in third place. Now is going to fall way back in the field.
Yeah, that Arctic Cat Rhythm section proving to be a tough one there is acclaimed Logan Christian. So now Francis Pelletier in third, Cody Cam just out of the podium spot right now in fourth, trying to crank to the inside of Pelletier.
Let me bring something to your attention. Look who is in 5th spot. The number 200, Elias Ischel, is already up to 5th. And we've got a long time to go yet.
And he was 10th on the takeoff lap, so he is definitely cranking his way through. And speaking of cranking, Cody Cam cranking it up alongside Francis Pelletier. There was a little side-to-side contact there. They'll charge over the Amsoil finish line jump. Cam back down to the snow first over the Tyson double. And he'll into the Arctic Cat Rhythm section now in a podium spot in third.
So you've got both the Henshaw sleds running 1 and 3. The Skidoo of Lincoln Lemieux, then it's Pelletier. Ischel still in 5th place. Fastest lap on the racetrack so far. Oscar Norm ran a 31.412 here about a lap ago. Let's keep an eye on it. We've got just a tick over 7 minutes left to go here in the 10-minute portion. Keeping an eye on Ischel's lap times, 37.763.
And a little bobble there from Cody Cam, and he's almost off the sled, got it tilted. Elias Ischel is going to go by, and it looks like another sled that might be Emil Hart to the outside.
Emil working the outside, trying to get around him, and look at, you know, while this is all taking place, Ischel just trying to pick up some ground too. He knows that they're battling up front, and there's been some contact. Look at Ischel. Ischel up into 4th. Cody Cam falling down into 6th position.
Yeah, Emil Hart has gotten in front of Cody Cam, and it is heavy traffic back there. Senior Smiley, Kyle Pauline, Ranch Little Volley Racing, Red Bull Polaris off the outside of the turn. Daniel Benham trying to work his way up into the mix as well on that Rockstar Makita number 221. Some pretty intense battles here in the middle section of the top 10.
Up front, though, they're still battling big time. Oscar Norm about a 1.5 second lead over Lemieux. Then it's Pelletier. Ischel still in there. Ischel running at 31.927. Just a tick faster than your 2 leaders, but a hair slower than Francis Pelletier, so they're about even. But when you look at it right now, he's about a second out of a podium finish and about 4.5 seconds out of the lead.
Cody Cam doing work there on the inside, trying to get by as we watch the race leader launch off the Amsoil finish line jump. Oscar Norm on the Hench's Polaris Monster Energy drink sponsored ride through the Arctic Cat Rhythm section. Lincoln Lemieux still within sight, only about a little over a second back on that Sharing Speed Sports Amsoil U.S. Air Force ride.
Lap times right around the 32, 33 seconds. as we now at the 5-minute mark. So we'll keep an eye on that 10-minute time. Remember, it's 10 minutes and 2 laps as we continue circuits around here. Here comes Ischel. Ischel on the inside of Francis Peltier. That is the battle for the last podium spot. Boy, and he passed him like Peltier was standing still.
Yeah, there's just the slightest little nudge coming into the U.S. Air Force flyaway there from Elias Ischel. No harm, no foul. Both of them up to speed and still going. But Ischel, the benefactor there, so he's now into a podium position in third. And up in front of him, he can see the leaders. And man, he's
just
on the
about
edge.
offloaded right there.
Wow.
I'll tell you what, that I don't know how he held on to that sled. I really don't. And look at him. He is just on a tear. He's right behind Lincoln Lemieux.
This is the battle for second behind your race leader, Oscar Norm, as they charge down into the FXR turn. Ischel buries it down on the inside. Hard, almost into the side of Lemieux there as they come out of the Polaris corner. Ischel cranks it back again on that inside lane, and there he goes.
He just about came off in that same spot. Here they go through the U.S. Air Force into the Artie Cat rhythm section. He has found the rhythm. Look at him. Ischel into second. Now he is going to charge to try to catch Oscar Norm. He's got more than enough time. 3.5 minutes plus the 2 laps. He's about 2 seconds behind.
Could it happen? Could Elias Ischel win an AMSOIL Pro Final from the back row? 3 minutes and 15 seconds left to go as they come across the AMSOIL finish line jump, and he is there, just a slit length behind Oscar Norm.
Second and a half off. He ran a 31.616. Norm ran a 33.133. He's now less than a half second behind your race leader.
Oscar Norm has got to hear him coming. He'll take that Polaris sled down to the inside. Here comes the Bosch Racing West Coast Custom Skidoo with Ischel, reaching up, wiping the goggles as he powers again down this tight inside, down toward the AMSOIL finish line. He'll be bar to bar with Norm as they head over the Tyson double. Ischel has grabbed the race lead.
I told you, watch him from the back row. He's incredible, and I can't believe how he's running so ragged on that inside line. It's so chewed up. Wipes the goggles, goes to the outside now. Look at him make his way around, and Norm's got to be going, where does this guy come from?
Unbelievable effort here by your reigning and defending AMSOIL Pro champion, Elias Ischel, 10th at the end of lap number 1. We've completed 15 laps now with about 2 minutes left to run plus 2 laps, and he leads.
Last lap ran a 31.859. Norm a 33.654. Ischel is just on a tear on this racetrack.
We're watching now the battle for 5th and 6th. The black sled just out of the screen there. Cody Cam running in 5th on his Henches Racing Polaris. And then behind him, Emil Haar trying to run him down. And just ahead of them is Francis Pelletier, who spent some time in a podium spot. But right now, he's on the outside looking in for a podium as he sits in 4th.
Watch as they take and jockey around. Elias, now that he knows that he's out in front, has paced himself just a bit, ran a 33.8, but he's out in front by a second and a half. Lincoln is now charging hard to try to get around Oscar Norm, so it's Ischel, Norm, Lemieux in 3rd, then Peltier, Cam, and Haar in the 6th place.
Cody Cam bounding his way through the rough stuff here. And here is Oscar Norm and Lincoln Lemieux. This is the battle for 2nd and 3rd. 1 minute to go, and then the 2 to go signal will come out for the leader.
Counting down the seconds as they make their way through the back part of the racetrack into the FXR corner. You see your race leader up front there. That is Ischel. There is Norm, and right behind him is Lemieux.
They'll work their way through this quick star section, then make their way over the AMSOIL finish line jump. And the gap is, well, only a couple of sled lengths here between Norm and Lemieux. And you can see Pelletier, he's not too far out of contention either. But by the time they get around to the AMSOIL finish line,
close.
It is going to be 2 to go time as the timer will run down here for race leader Elias Ischel. I don't believe he'll cross the AMSOIL finish line before the clock runs.
I'd say it's going to be very close. 3 seconds. There he goes right there.
Oscar Norm, Lincoln Lemieux still fighting it out for second and third. As they come into this Arctic Cat rhythm section, Lemieux looking for a different line here, tries to the outside, coming off that cat corner. Launches over the Skidoo triple. Norm still a little distance in front of him.
Watch them as they go through the back part of the racetrack here. The white flag will be out this time by. White flag. Elias Ischel. I'll tell you what a story here. This has got to be, well, for sure this year, this has got to be one of his biggest wins. It really does.
And Pelletier trying to turn up the wick here on the final lap, trying to catch up to Lincoln Lemieux and maybe grab himself a podium. But an amazing story here tonight in Dubuque from the back row and 10th on the first lap to the win as he comes across the Amsoil finish line. Elias Ischel lights the candles in Dubuque. Oscar Norm in for second.